Radhe Radhe guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's doing good. Started my day off with a walk outside. Now I'm headed off to gym. Today I was off and trying to get the most out of my day off. I did catch up on a lot of sleep and on the way to gym, and on my way I did have some few things to pick up from the grocery store. I'll be picking those up and I'll keep you guys updated with my workout. Today I'm going to be training legs. I am going to be focusing more on the foundational movements, and I'll show you guys how my workout goes. Like always, I like to start my workout with the skipping. It's a full body cardiovascular activity. Alright, now it's time to do some stretching. I like to do a lot of hip opening exercises. I do sitting jog, so I don't like to have my hips locked in when I'm doing my squats. That could lead to a very serious problems over a long time. So this is I think it's called pigeon stretch. This helps you open up the external rotators of your hip, and then hold it for like 3 to 4 seconds while you're doing it, and then just switch with the other. Now this one is a hip opener as well. This is something that I've been doing since I used to play karate as a kid. This really helps you open up the hips so that you can have better mobility while you're doing your squats. Now just doing some side lunge holds for getting that external rotators to stretch the way I want. I do have some imbalance on my right side. My right side doesn't open as much, so this really helps you fix the imbalance. If you do see there's a shift while you're doing the squats, some people have like less opening on the left leg or the right leg, depending on whatever it is. Now this is something really I like for internal rotators of the hip, and then doing some 90-90 to finish off my stretching part of the workout. A lot of the times people don't train their body in different planes of motion. Our body is supposed to move all around in all kinds of directions. This is called a side. It's a variation of side lunge. Basically, you put some razors that will give you some elevation, and then you do just one-legged step ups like this sideways. This really helps you train your body in the frontal plane, which is really important. Another example could be lateral raises, which really helps you train your body in frontal plane as well. Most of our movements like squats, bicep curls are so much done in one plane of motion, which is sagittal plane, that a lot of people miss out on the other planes of motion that we're supposed to train the body. And then just doing some one-legged step-ups to fix that imbalance for my legs. Before I do any of the bilateral movements, I really insist on doing unilateral movements during your workouts, because we do so much bilateral movements that over time our body starts to create an imbalance, which really messes up your whole body, because our kinetic chain is supposed to be like fully balanced so that we can perform optimally. And now this is elevated front squats, which really helps to focus on the quads. If you do want some definition in the quad, this is a really good way to do that. And now finishing off my leg workout with the calves. I do like to do some partials at the end to feel that burn.
जितना भी हम देख पा रहे हैं और जितना सुन पा रहे हैं, इन सब भोगों से वैराग्य हो जाना चाहिए.
Alrighty guys, now I made it home. I do have a lot of meal prep to do, starting off with making kidney beans. I do love kidney beans, one of my favorite dishes. And then another thing is, I don't make any dish with onion or garlic, which is one of the most important ingredients for all the recipes, all the Indian recipes, I should say, because we don't offer Krishna onion or garlic, so I prefer my cooking without the onion and garlic. My mom taught me how to make these Alrighty guys, I'm done with all the chopping. This is how it looks like, and today while I'm making the recipe, I'll tell you guys how you can make it as well if you ever want to try this one. So I start with putting some canola oil. I always use all my cooking with the canola oil, and then add some cumin once the oil heats up enough. It's gotta smoke a little bit, then you know that it's ready to put the cumin. And then you put some asafoetida, it's really good for the flavoring, and then a little bit of black pepper. Then I also add some coriander seeds while everything is getting roasted. Once everything looks good, you can add your garlic and green chili that you chopped. After a while, when it starts to get like a little golden, you can add your tomato puree or chopped tomatoes. I do a puree in my blender because it just makes the texture more smooth. I don't like any of the peels of tomatoes in the food that I eat. I just don't like it. And then I will add the spices before I put the tomato puree. I will add red chili powder, turmeric powder, and my mom makes a really good mix of allspice. I ran out of it, but I got one from market. And then some coriander powder as well, salt to taste. Of course, everybody has different preferences for salt. And then once you put all those spices in your tomato puree, I will add that once my ginger is looking golden brown. After adding all the spices, it should look like this. Once you see that all the water has been evaporated, you can add your kidney beans. On the side, I did get hungry, so I'm gonna start cooking my oats as well. Unlike other people, I always cook my oats in milk. I've seen a lot of bodybuilders eating their oats in water. I don't know how they do that. I can't eat that, man. So I cook my oats in milk to also make up for the and then I add milk to my oats every time. Clean up everything that I made the mess. My mom really taught me, was really strict with like this one thing. She really wanted her kitchen super clean. So this is how the pressure cooker looks like. Like you gotta put the lid, making sure everything is like super tight. You don't want any water or steam coming out. Only the steam coming out should be from the whistle itself. And then I measure my oats pretty much all the time, just to track, like making sure that I'm eating the right quantity every time. And then this is how the whistle sounds like. How I make my oats. Once the milk is boiled and I get it off the stove, and then I top it off with some grinded pulsed almonds to add protein. And then after that I add honey to make it taste a little sweet. I don't add sugar because all the sugar is processed here, and it's really bad for your health. So I try to avoid sugar as much as I can. And then after I mix that up, I also add chia seeds, which is really good protein source, omega source, and really good fiber source. If you have some gut issues, try adding some chia seeds in your meals, and it's gonna really help you. After that, just slice up some banana to get that. Like potassium is really good source of energy as well. So once I'm done with that, then I'll show you what my final look of the oats look like. And there we go, looking pretty yummy. So that was my progress update. I am almost third quarter finished with reading my book. It is a great read. I would give it like so far a 7 out of 10. It is a little hard to understand the language they have used because they have used like some really good vocabulary that I didn't understand. And that's pretty much it for today.